that contradicting. I be so bold myself when you come and fuck me. I feel so ordinary, except when you around me. Treat me like corduroy, you wear me out. Arguments, you air me out. Just about you. To us. Hey lovers and friends, for those that do not know me, and to my fellow subbies, welcome to yet another one. So we are in the kitchen and I think you guys know the drill by now. So we are preparing dinner, but for dinner today we're just having rice with stir fry. So yeah, let's get into that.
Have you want? You want me right? You want me right? I'm not gonna let you take away how I feel for you. Yeah. And my desire to stay. Yeah. I'm so hung up on you. Whatever it takes, you're always on my mind. Yeah. I'm so hung up on you. Can it be?
Guys, there's just something about releasing your inner child. Because tell me why we went to go and buy the Happy Meal. But you know, you just need to relive those moments. Lady must. I got my first Crocs, guys. They're so cute. Hey lovers and friends, so I'm preparing dinner tonight. I get to miss but I'm really not going to get into a step-by-step of what I'm doing for dinner, but I will get into a step-by-step for the dessert that I will be doing. So we are doing a creme brulee today, so yeah, let's get into it. So let's get into the Q&A. Okay, so my first question, oh, by the way, I'm gonna put some snippets of the questions that I got. So I didn't get much questions. I'm gonna my question it is what it is. So yeah, we're gonna start with the first one, which is how's your relationship with God? Oh, good question, by the way. So, honestly, my relationship is way stronger now with God compared to how it was before, because wow, I've seen his hand in my life. I've seen his greatness. He's done so many great things in my life that I honestly sit back and, realize, there's certain things that could have broke me. I don't want to lie. But, shame. God helped me, There's times where I fell down and he was just there giving a helping hand as he should. So yeah, my relationship is way stronger now with God compared to how it was before. There's certain, there's times where I used to have doubts. Is he even there? Because why are things happening like this in my life? But growing, I noticed shame. He's been such a faithful God. He's just been there. So yeah, my relationship with God is quite good. It's very good, stronger, and I will always trust and believe in him that he will do what he has to do. He knows the plans he has for me. So yeah, that's just that. Okay, so second question. Do you notice how you and Bonolo look so much alike than your twin? Yeah, I've actually noticed that a lot. And crazy how every time when we're walking together, people will be like, are you guys twins? Like, no, she's my younger sister and I'm the older sister. Like, good day, you guys look alike. Like, I know. And if you're walking Sweet 3, people would say, are you guys triplets or what's happening? You're like, no, we twins. And then she's the younger one. They're like, nah, no ways. She looks like she's your twin and your twin actually looks like the younger one. And I'm like, whatever, it is what it is. But yes, I do know that I actually look more alike than Bonolo. And then next one, you always do everything with your twin. We do most things together. Yes, we do most things together, but there's times where we just don't do things together. I think my twin is such an introvert, and then there's me who's a bit of both. Because tell me how when you have such a good mood, you're like, girl, let's go check out this place tonight. Okay, love it, mina any like, what? Like, you wanna go alone. I'm not going there. Now was it weird discouraged to say, if she's not going with me, then why am I even going? So we do everything together. We do everything together, most of the things. But if she's in the mood to say, I'm not doing that with you, then sometimes I need to do it alone or, tag along a friend because she says she's not going anywhere. So it's just that. Okay, up to the next one. Are you married? No, shame, Abuti, I am not married. Yeah, it's okay. I'm not married. But, in due time, God will make it happen. That I trust and I believe in it. I need to be nice. Yo, hi, guys. I need to because no ways. No ways. What do you mean? But okay, fine. Let me just kind of summarize. Okay, let me just ask the question. So he says our love story that we were trying to build ended up in the air just like that. Ish, guys, isn't easy, don't it? it would have been a better thing if we would say that it's a long distance. Maybe you guys are traveling 3 hours away from, you guys like 3 hours away from each other and things like that. But if then we are like, what, 10 to 12 hours away from each other, like, do you think it's gonna work? I know we say long distance relationships work. They do. I do believe that long distance relationships work. But yeah, 10 to 12 hours, as my producer would say. Haikona hard. But it is what it is. Yeah, it ended up in the air just like that, unfortunately. Okay, next one. What's one goal you want to achieve right now? Also love your YouTube channel. A goal that I would love to achieve right now. Personally, on my social media platforms, I think on YouTube to be exact, I think I would love to reach at least 500 subbies by the end of the year, or even more if possible. And then health-wise, I'd actually love to exercise a bit more because wow, shame. And the worst part of it is that I eat. That's exercise. Get like today, and then 2 days later, I'm like, hey, nakatwafa today, let's do it again tomorrow. Tomorrow it's like, we'll do it again next week. So, hey, go binge department. But yeah, I think my health is, I would literally love to exercise a bit more. And then, what else? Nah, I think that's just it for now. Then let's go on to the next. How did you discover your passion for cooking and baking? Guys, today. So, how I discovered my whole passion for cooking and baking. Started when I was very young. I think when I was still, 8, 9, around that age. So we'd literally watch, Food Network. I think if you remember, there was Food Network on DSTV. So yes, I used to watch a lot of Food Network. There was this one show of this grandma. I forgot the name. I forgot the name. So this one time she was doing these, I think, okay, they're similar to jam tarts. Now that I think of it now, similar to jam tarts. And well, because in Tomazana and I just wanted to explore in the kitchen as well. So this one time, my twin and I were watching that. So we took a book, we wrote down the whole recipe that she was giving out. And after that, went straight to the kitchen. So my mom is a person that also loves baking and cooking. So every ingredient was there in the kitchen. So you knew, I'd get in the kitchen, I'd get everything. So we got in and we baked. My mom's at work. Guys, is the craziest part. I'm zanking cheese. It's because maybe every time my mom was baking, we were sitting in the kitchen with her doing it. So we baked those biscuits, and then my mom got back from work. So she's like, "Why don't bake you?" So now we look at each other. It's like, "Yeah, you did, ne?" Like, yeah, well, we actually did. So then she wanted to taste them, gave her a taste, and she was like, these are actually quite nice. We short home because bazali nice. But I remember her saying that the sugar was a bit being as wagali, But yeah, and then for cooking, this one time we were left with my brother. So this is a kind of a crazy one because so it's me, my twin, my cousin, and then my brother. So my brother the same weekend, he calls his girlfriend. His girlfriend comes over, basically, they have a nice time. So it was a Sunday. So my cousin's older than us. So it was on a Sunday. I think with her, she had at least, knew how to do a few of the things. I did not know how to do butternut at the time. So my cousin knew how to do it. And she was like, I'll do the butternut. Okay, sharp, no problem. And then I was like, I'll do the rice. And then my twin is like, I don't know what I'll do. I'll maybe do the salad. So my mom has a book also where she actually writes her salads and whatever. So that's what we did. We cooked for the first time. And the food was actually quite nice because it was on a Sunday. So we cooked during the day while, no one was home. It was just us. And then my parents got back later that day. We did stuff for them as well. So they, they got to taste the food. And my mom was surprised. She was like, you guys can actually cook. So it's a good thing, So yeah, at times I actually sit and say that my mom did not really teach me how to cook and not teach me how to bake. Yes, she did help here and there with certain things, and also sitting in the kitchen kind of actually, instilled certain things in me. But we never had like a one-on-one session where we sit and, gravy. We never really had that. But yeah, it's just that's how I actually discovered my passion for cooking. Okay, next one. What friend do you think supports you the most? What friend? What friend supports me the most? Hey, at this point, I don't have a friend I would say that supports me the most, because all my friends play a role in my life. All of them. They all play a role. I know if I'm going through, a MF, there's someone I'm gonna call for it. I know if I'm going, I think everyone has their own category in my life. Good, okay, fine. If this is what's going on, I know I can call this one because, they've probably been through it and they can help me go through it as well. So they all have a special role in my life, like every one of them. I can't name call Ugutu, okay, fine, this friend supports me most, this one does that most. No, they all play such a special role in my life. Yeah, they're convenient for everything basically. So yeah, they all play a special role. Okay, so this one say, okay, I think this is not a question, this is more like a confession, whatever. So Itzy, not gonna lie, you're the type of person everyone wants to be friends with, but nobody knows how to approach you because you're always surrounded by people. Whoever you are, if I'm surrounded by people, the people I'm always surrounded by are very sweet and kind. So don't ever feel like you don't have a space where you can actually come and approach me. Like, it's never a problem. You can come to me, hi, how are you? Can I talk to you? Whatever. They'll never have a problem. I have such people in my life. They will never have a problem. If at some point they do see there's someone, that's been stargazing at me, they would be like, there's a person that's been looking at you for some time. Do you probably want to go talk to them or something? So yeah, or you can approach one of them and just say, hi, can you please, talk to her for me? I want to talk to her or whatever. It's fine. I don't mind that. Like, I know it's always a good thing to make friends, because I actually have quite a few friends. Hey, I have quite a few friends, but I think another thing is that I'm very picky with my friends. You must be very genuine from the start, and your energy never lies. So if I can tell that your energy is a bit off, then you can kind of forget about it. But yeah, people I'm always surrounded by, good people, never have a problem. So you want to approach me, you do it. It's never a problem with them. And then next one, heard you're single. A painting me single, it's never gonna happen. It's never gonna happen.
A painting like me single, it's never gonna happen.
Hyper boots or hyper this. Me single? Uyizwe playo sisi or puti? Uyizwe? Nake single. I'm not single. I'm not. I am with someone. Yeah, but I'm not gonna disclose who. But I am with someone. I fell on a moine. Would you go for personality or looks? But I'll go for personality now. Maradi looks like a thing. No go high jajana with you. Imagine now I come home and I'm coming to introduce someone, and then the first question my dad is probably gonna ask me like, "Witmelo Osho?" Because I know. No ways, no way. Like, you need to look good because you mina igiti. Hey, baya shlegana shem. Fuji, it's not even a joke. And baya chajana ne. They will judge you. They will tell you straight, no, Mutoko is a good person, but now is easy. Now, bunga babon lava ngat baya chaza langa pandri. So I would personally go for personality. Maranama looks in because I'm abekon. Because wow, go chalo sagere go high. Go chalo sagere again. No. And then next question is, what inspired you to start your YouTube channel? What inspired me to start my YouTube channel? Was I inspired? Was I inspired? I don't know if I was really inspired, but I just had this little voice in me, that constantly said, you living this, not this perfect life. No, definitely not the perfect life, like guys. But you explore a little, so here and there you're exploring. So why don't you share, those little experiences with people? So yeah, that's basically how I came about starting my YouTube, and also the cooking stuff, because I would get a lot of people asking, how do you do this? Can I have a recipe for this? And so forth. And so I thought, how about also I just vlog my whole cooking stuff, so that I can post and people see step by step what I do when I'm cooking. Yes, I know, but sometimes the videos are like fast forwarded, but yeah, it just helps just to keep it a bit shorter. But yeah, because I would post a picture of something I've made and people be like, how did you do this? And when you give them a recipe, but they're still not gonna do it because they don't know a step by step of how to do it. So that's literally one thing that pushed me into it, kinda. And also this thing of also going for events, and also that I had an upcoming trip, and I actually kind of wanted to break down that trips are not as expensive as how people say they are. They are not. If you get a good travel agency for a certain amount, you know how to break down and everything. So yeah, it was just basically that. I just wanted to share my life with people. I know there's certain parts of my life that I don't share as much, but yeah, I share most of it though. So yeah, that's just that. And then there's another one. Okay, what kind of girl were you in high school, if you were to describe yourself? What kind of girl was I in high school? Wow. Well, actually, I was very not quiet, but I wasn't really known by a lot of people until I dated this guy back in high school. and Mfana was quite popular. Worst part of it, Mfana naye, yo, basing trend, I mean, ukuthi mina ngishaya omunye igeli ngestina and so forth and so forth. But funniest part is that the way I wasn't known is that the way bengaziwa ngakhona, ne? I remember in a girl thing with me about ngishaya and stuff. People were talking about it, and I was standing in front of them, and they just kept saying, "Yeah, but ugel also ubuyitumelo uthola lo bani bani." So now I'm standing in front of them, and I'm like, well, Buitumelo is me, but okay, Lanseba, you guys, Lanseba, yo, it's fine. So yeah, it was just that. It was so yeah, and I was literally in front of them. I did not even, turn to say, "Oh yeah, but Buitumelo is me." No, I just kept quiet until months later when, people would see me and they were like, "Oh, here's the girl." And so yeah, that's how I got popular somewhat. And then describing myself, out of my friends, I'm such an idiot, eh? Yo, Mina. Out of my friends, yo, sure. Sis Lima. A community of Limas, because what do you mean? What do you mean? Yeah, we just used to do like stupid stuff together, and I wouldn't put myself as someone that was kind of like a rebel at school. No, I was one of the sweetest kids. Yeah, I was just, and also kind of known as well as the twin. Yeah, they twins. Yeah, also known by my brother. I was known by him as well. So, but yeah, all in all, I was such a good girl at school. I was such a good girl. I don't remember ever having cases where I need to go to the office, 1, 2, 3 and stuff. But yeah, no, I've never really had any of those. So yeah, I'd say that at school I was such a good girl. None saying attending some fana, but I was very quiet, a slimanyana around her friends, a good girl to the teachers. So yeah, it was just basically that. Ari, can I take you out on a date? I consult the head office. I don't consult the head office. And head office, I mean, I'm going to consult this with my man. There's no ways. Because I'm not you want to take me on a date. I already go enough dates with my man. What do you mean? Yeah. I consult the head office. Head office mangavuma. Shootings will happen now. But mangavuma. It depends also, is it? If it's a lady, I don't mind. If it's a lady, saying like, can we go on a date? I don't mind. But if it's a guy, head office. It's like, oh, head office, and then we'll take it from there. No? Not because I believe in asking everything from my man. Because no ways, like, why meaning is no ways. He must think on my behalf. He must decide on my behalf. He's there for a reason. Again, Baramana is the head, and the Masadi is the neck. So I want the head to lead me. The head must lead me. Mina as the neck, I'll follow. So, Kasai discuss the head office. Go head office. Khabakara asabotata. Then Naluna Rotlawa Revelela Tabaker. And then next one. There's one of questions you could say. Okay, how do you usually spend your Weekends. Guys, if you guys would know now, my weekends are very boring. Some of them very boring. I don't wanna lie. There's times really that I don't even vlog on that Saturday because I'm like, there's nothing to vlog here. But what I do on most weekends, if I'm not at an event, if I'm not attending an event, or I'm not traveling to Limpopo for something, then I usually go for park run. And after park run, it's very essential to get a cup of coffee or something. Okay. And then on most Saturdays, that's when I actually create the cooking content for you guys, because so I usually do the cooking content on weekends, on Saturdays to be specific. I do the cooking content on Saturdays when I feel like there's not a lot to do, or I would go for my pack run, come back and be like, okay, let me prepare this today. But yeah, I don't do much on weekends. But our weekends is already busy compared to during the week. And that's one thing that I've always asked myself when I started my YouTube. How am I even, like, what am I going to post on my YouTube? Because then crazy, because I don't do much. Like, my life is so boring. Or what am I going to post? And then, you know, I actually got introduced to the park run thing by someone. And ever since, you know, I would go manga konanga. If I had a trip to Limpopo or somewhere, then, you know, I skip it. I do that on most weekends. At least it's about event develop. It's that. And then Loapia. And then if Allah Honamu. What do you have a BF? So I understand, do I have a best friend or do I have a boyfriend? I don't understand. But to answer you, I have both. So yeah, because I don't get it. Like I was always in full. But yeah, I have both. I have a best friend and I have a boyfriend. I don't really like referring to my man as my boyfriend. No. But yeah, I do. And then next one. Okay guys, here's another one. How important is it to you that your partner shares your spiritual beliefs? Hey, yeah, no guys, it's very important. I don't want to, it's very important. It's not just us sharing love between two hearts, but you know, believing that also God is the center of our relationship. I think that would take the relationship to another level of stuff. I don't know, but it's very important because Sana, if we're not believing in the same thing, then it's gonna clash the day we have kids. That's what I always believe. If ever I say that it's okay, you believe in what you believe in, I believe in what I believe, then it clashes the day we have kids, because then now abantwana, they also get confused. Which way of life do I go into? Do I go this way or do I go the other way? So you can't really have kids being confused in that, you know, because also as you, if you go into a relationship with someone that does not align with you spiritually also, it's another thing, because when you guys have quarrels and whatsoever, you can't even find a common ground to whatever you guys are fighting about. I usually also get this question where people would ask me that what is something that you look for in a man? And my first answer, guys, is to say that for me, I need a man that will pray with me, and a man that when I feel weak in prayer, he's there to cover me. Because Sana, I there's times you actually now yourself, you know that there's times where you're weak in prayer and you need someone to, you know, help you. So I need that in my life. So if we're not spiritually aligned, if we're not in the same belief, then it's gonna be a problem. Because then na ke believe la go thapelong, and then when I believe la mo, when I believe la, then it clashes. It really clashes. I don't wanna lie. And I'm saying this because I've encountered this before, where I was with someone that did not believe in the same thing that I believed in. So then it clashed on a lot of things, honestly, because even when we were fighting about certain things, you could see that we can't even find a common ground because the beliefs let's on one. But yeah, you know, and at some point we had to just let go of each other because guys. Whether I liked it or not, there was nowhere we were going. But yeah, you need to have someone that believes in the same thing that you believe in, so that you guys clearly decide ho bala bana. I'm one person that believes that a relationship goes there, you know. I believe that once you get with someone, you need to like picture a future with them, because if you don't, then what are you doing with them? You're just wasting each other's time, most like read wrong. What's the use of this? So yeah, beliefs, spiritual belief is it's a big thing, and you really need to look into it. So yeah, that's the question, and that's my answer. Then the next one: who is the friend that's always there for you? I think I've already answered this, that all my friends play an important role in my life. Every one of them is categorized. Now my friends get categorized somehow. As I say, I need, if ever I'm in need of something and I know that you can help me with it, then I'm gonna run to you as my friend. Because then you know there's another friend that can help you with that situation. So, you know, what's the use of OMO? But yeah, I've already answered this question. And then the other one is, would you rather go on a candlelight dinner date or a quiet evening talking about life, faith, and dreams? I think in my aspect, I would say I would do both. I would do both, literally. So we could literally go on a candlelight and still talk about our dreams, faith, and everything. Because then what is limiting us from talking about those things? Is it because we're in front of people, or what? I mean, if you're going on a date, you need to know, and even if you don't know, certain questions are just gonna rock up and you're gonna want to ask them. So you just have to be there and, you know, let everything flow, man. That's one thing I believe in. Let everything flow. If conversation flows and it goes into us asking each other about life and dreams, then let it be. So yeah, that's just basically that. So yeah, Rafedite, guys. Kind of feel like you guys could have asked more questions though, but that's a little. So yeah, this brings us to the end of our Q&A. So thank you to everyone that participated into this. Ke le rata.